So we got this new moon in Gemini at the moment. This represents a new way of being direct towards your actions, your reactions, your responses to things. The moon is who you are on your inside. It's how you feel comfortable. Now, the moon in Gemini is an area where you're going to be reacting and responding to the needs of communicating, or feeling the need to basically intellect, bring ideas to the surface, or communicating about your logical perspectives. Now we got Mercury in retrograde, and it started in Gemini. So that means you're going to be basically experiencing some past ideas that you dwell with the past, whether it's past interactions, past friends, past environments, past surroundings. Wherever you have Gemini at in your charts, or wherever you have it at in your cusps, you are going to be experiencing these energies on a totality, wherever you got these placements at. Now, when we're talking about new moons, this is the time to where you need to be utilizing these energies to get you from point A to point B. Now, by default, everyone is basically participating in these energies. But is everyone aware of what they participate in it? And is everyone aware of where they are directing their energy towards to? That's where we got to basically come into these perspectives of learning how to use your power. Because the moment you give your power away towards other shit, and you're giving your manifestations and your reactions turns over to resources. So the resources that you're creating are the things that either can be playing into your playground, or can be playing in somebody else's playground. And of course, you know, the devil playground, he loves the resources. He loves gaining all that power, control over that shit that can basically control you, to make you do things that you don't want to basically do. But when it comes to this perspective, this is about you. You create your own reality. So of course, when we talk about new moon in Gemini, you get you a knife. The knife is going to represent your mind, your intellect, your ideas. And of course, the mind is your mind is your sword. Feel me? You can kill billions of people, places, and things with your mind. Feel me? AKA the sword. Because if wherever your mind is focusing on, it's putting energy in that area. And of course, what you pay attention to grows. So whatever you're paying attention to, you're going to get that reflection right back. So whatever you expand your mind towards, you're going to get those resources and reflections right back when it comes to your manifestations. So with this new moon in Gemini, it's good to have a knife. Talk to this knife, program this knife. Have this knife work for you. Feel me? You can have this knife in your pocket. You can put it on your ritual table. You can put it on your altar, anything of that perspective. But make sure you have this knife with you. That when the moon gets into Cancer, make sure you pour that cup. Before you pour that cup, make sure you utilizing the Cancer energies. Then when the moon gets into a fire sign, make sure you have a lighter or bring a candle with you. And when the moon gets into an earth sign, make sure you bring a crystal or a magic wand, something dealing with structure or things of that perspective. Now, with this new moon in Gemini, you need to be coming up with new ways of adapting, socializing, interacting, communicating, responding, and acting towards these areas where you need to basically start constructing, aka putting ideas and adding energies, mental energy and mental stimulation, and coming up with a new way of being curious when it comes to expanding your mind, opening up your mind. Make sure your mind is clear before you start planting any seeds. Because if you have a mind that's fulfilled with other bullshit, then of course you're going to be basically bringing in dirt. But trying to look at it like this. You know certain areas where you can't get underneath your bed, but you can get it to the areas that you see up out here. You need to get underneath your bed. You need to clear everything out. Everything needs to be clean. Everything needs to be smelling good during this time. Your space and location needs to be very empty during this time. So you basically need to start reacting and responding towards areas where you need to start getting serious in these areas and start putting time into these perspectives. Now we're going to basically break down these energies and basically see what's going on in the sky. Now we got the moon in Gemini right now. So it's sextile in Mars. Mars is basically in Aries right now. So if Mars and Aries, that means moon sextile Mars, that means you are going to have opportunities to react to the new moon and put that reaction towards your passions, which means these things are going to be expanding. These things are going to be charging. So that's a good perspective, which this sextile is going to be basically working in your favor. You also got the moon in Gemini and sextile in Jupiter. So Jupiter is in Aries as well. So that means what you're reacting and responding to, you're going to have those opportunities of what you react and respond to will grow and expand when it comes to the experiences of passion, anger and aggression, motivation, dedication, desires, intent, willpower. Now we got to have Mercury squaring Saturn right now. Mercury is retrograde in Taurus at the moment, and we got Saturn in Aquarius at the moment. So that means previous ideas are going to pop back up which is going to bring learning aspects towards areas where you gain safety, security, and reality-based structure within your life. So that means you need to be constructing some form of association, or learning how to construct association using your mind, your intellect, and of course having your own ways of thinking and being practical about these things. And also, you're going to be going through some unexpected changes when it comes to your mind and the way you think, communicate, and analyze. But it's with people, places, and things. Wherever you got Taurus in your chart, you're going to be going through those unexpected changes too. But also, there's going to basically bring growth. It's going to put you into perspectives of, you need to get up off your ass and go ahead and take care of your responsibilities. Now, we also got Mercury sextile and Neptune right now. Neptune is in Pisces right now. So with this perspective right here, you're going to have opportunities to go through some unexpected changes when it comes to your way of thinking, communicating, and also adding some form of dreams, imagination, creativity, talents, and gifts in that area. Now, these are going to be an opportunity where you need to basically formulate some form of illusion when it comes to material structures within your life. So anything that you're dealing with material-wise, you need to formulate some form of opportunities to create an illusion to make that shit come true. Now, you got Mercury trine Pluto right now. So Mercury trine Pluto is a representation of Pluto being in Capricorn right now. So that means you're going to have the gift to go through some unexpected changes, which can bring power, control issues, and struggles towards their way of thinking and gravitating towards power and control, or you're going to be manifesting these situations wherever you got it at in Capricorn and Taurus. Now, also the earth signs go through some transformations, some unexpected changes. Now, you can see the unexpected changes and transformations when it comes to the earth. Resources, food, shortages, and stuff like that. That's pretty much are being created by reality to basically get you go crazy, and how they can utilize these energies, projections on you. Yeah, the government's using these energies as well on you. So, of course, you need to come to the grips of, okay, find the right people that you can connect to, and of course, y'all can come together and y'all can manifest together. This way, you won't be a slave. This way, you won't be all alone. This way, you will have a support team where you can come together and everybody can work together. And of course, everybody can share the tables. And there won't be a situation where everybody trying to fight for one thing, when we can all just come together and create our own shit. That's how it is on the sun. We also got Mars in Aries, and we got that sextile in Jupiter, conjunct in Jupiter right now. So Mars conjunct Jupiter, this means your passions and your experiences are in conjunction. So that means these things can pretty much, you're going to experience a whole lot of charge and energy, a whole lot of aggression and anger when it comes to things that you're going for and the desires that you are willing to go to the extreme lengths for. Or you're going to come up with new ways of coming up with desires and passions when it comes to your experiences. So you're going to have the power within you to go ahead and direct these energies. Now, we got the sun conjunct the moon right now. So this is a new moon. So that means you're going to have power to act and react towards what you're going for, which means it won't be situations of you learning, you will have an opportunity, you will have a gift, or you were dealing with whatever you're acting towards to, and whatever you're reacting to is going to go ahead and charge that up and make that shit happen during the time. You ain't going to be beating around the bush type shit. Now, when it comes to Sun sextile Mars right now, that means your actions and what you pay attention to, you're going to have opportunities to bring motivation and dedication towards taking action towards your solar purpose. But you can also go to the extremes of overexhausting yourself and outburning yourself when it comes to Sun sextile and Mars. So try not to basically do that. We're also going to have Sun sextile and Jupiter right now. Jupiter. So that means you're going to have opportunities to overexhaust yourself towards your experiences, or expanding your experiences, or long distance experiences during this time too. We also have Moon conjunct Mercury right now. So that means your moods and the way you feel on the inside and whatever's on your mind is going to bring a form of connection. So that means you're in a harmonious state right now when it comes to your mind and then when it comes to your way of feeling about things. Feel me? So that means you're going to be very sure about your ideas and your feelings about things, whether it's dealing with a person or a place or a thing or a dream and things that matter. We also got Moon trine Pluto right now. So Moon trine Pluto, the moon is kind of like sleeping Pluto. So that means you basically need to, be aware of your subconscious in internal work, aka you need to be aware of taking gifts towards whatever's emotionally dampering you during this time. You need to basically go ahead and take full power control over that and transform anything that's holding you back internally during this time, or transform how you feel about things. Or you need to take full power control over how you feeling and reacting about things. So that's gained when it comes to structure, and when it comes to your way of communicating, and feeling about things. The Moon in Gemini and Pluto is in the cusp of Aquarius. We're also gonna have Venus squaring Pluto right now. So that means whatever you love, that means you're going to be going through some obstacles and learning experiences when it comes to your ways of relationships. That means you're going to go through some unexpected changes when it comes to the things that you're valuing, whether it's a person, place, or thing, and that's going to be transformed during the time, which means your relationships and things that you are truly desire during the time will go through a transformation, aka this separation. Or you may have to learn about the things that you are valuing, the things that you are trying to take control over during this time. You're going to go through some learning experiences with that. Also, you got Neptune sextile Pluto right now, so you're going to have opportunities to put your dreams, your imaginations, and fantasies towards structure. It means you may have to transform certain dreams or certain illusions that you're dealing with. Make sure these dreams and illusions that you're dealing with is something that's kind of being transformed towards the good and not the bad. Feel me? Because you don't want to be having someone else's illusion painting your structure. Because you're going to bring that illusion towards your structure. So be aware of that. Now we got the Sun conjunct Mercury right now, so everybody's going to be expressing whatever's on their mind at this point during this time. So yeah, you're going to be expressing what's on your mind, and that's cool. It's good to get it off your chest, but be aware of these energies, because you can basically put yourself as a self-sabotaging energy where you may basically try to walk on other toes, and everybody else going to try to walk on your toes. So be aware of that shit. You also got the Sun trine and Pluto right now, so you're going to have the gift to take actions and shine light on power and control issues. Or others going to shine light and take power control over the things that you're paying attention to. So you need to go ahead and take action towards the gifts that you need to take full control over. So whatever you're paying attention to, you need to take power control over that, over whatever it is on a deeper level. And last but not least, we got Moon sextile Saturn Moon square Saturn right now. So that means you need to be learning about your way of feeling about the world and the society that you're in. Feel me? That means you need to be learning how to react towards gaining some form of structure and putting yourself. See, kind of like the Moon and Saturn is kind of like, it's kind of like separated here. So you may basically be witnessing some form of tensions when it comes to your feelings and emotions, or you may basically be feeling hard about things, or going through some sadness or depressions, or you could be basically manifesting this from other individuals during the time when it comes to unexpected changes in these areas. Now, we're going to basically get into the houses wherever you have Gemini at. And these houses are characteristics, influences, and you need to be aware of the time whenever the time is rotating. Because every 23 hours from when you got the time to put energy towards what you're trying to gain within your life. And you need to utilize time. That means, so every time you even look at the time, you need to go ahead and put some form of intent in that area too. Feel me? Everything is energy during the time. Whatever you see with your eyes is energy. And all energy came from inside of you. So we're gonna get into the first house. Now, if you have the first house in Gemini during this time, you need to start putting yourself into a situation of reacting and taking actions towards new ways of thinking, communicating, analyzing, and be logically thinking about a new way of rotating your 360 when it comes to your new personal perspective, your new personal interaction, and of course, your new personal endeavors or things that you are personally invested into on the unconscious level. You need to go ahead and start taking care of that. And you're going to have a conjunction right here because the Moon is going to conjunct your ascendant, which is your personality. So that means you're going to have power. So have personal, you're going to manifest the power of personal interests that can go good or bad during this time, depending on the seeds you're planting. Because when the Moon gets into Cancer, you're going to be focusing on your second house. So make sure you plant good seeds when it comes to your Moon in your first house. This way your personality will be great. This way your second house can be able to, the seeds you planting right now, it's going to be in the right spectrum when it comes to the second house in Cancer. Now, when it comes to your first house in Gemini, you are going to be you're going to be fulfilled or unfulfilled when it comes to the full moon and being in Sagittarius. When it comes to your ways of relationships, partnerships, or whatever you're trying to expand and relate on, you're going to be placed into a situation of manifesting and attracting the opposite in that house. Feel me? When it comes to the 180-degree angle. Now, if you have Gemini in your second house, you are a Taurus ascendant. So Taurus ascendant, so you guys are dealing with Uranus and Taurus, unexpected changes. You're also dealing with Mercury and Taurus, past ideas that can basically bring unexpected changes. You're also dealing with the North Node in Taurus, which is your spiritual growth. You're also basically dealing with the with Venus in Taurus, which is love, appreciation, and desires. You're also basically dealing with the with these energies, and also you got the South Node in Scorpio, which is gonna basically be your opposite. Now, in this house, wherever the second house, you need to be coming up with a new way of valuing a form of communication when it comes to your stability, your seeds you plant, and the structure that you are trying to build towards too. So that means whatever you're valuing right now, you need to come up with a new way of valuing something, someone, or something that's going to basically represent a form of new structure, new growth. Now, the second house is a fixed sign, but Gemini is a mutable sign. So that means you are going to be basically dealing with some misunderstandings and conjunctions during this time. Feel me? So it means you're gonna have to learn how to use. You're gonna learn how to be patient. You're also gonna learn how to adapt towards the things you value during this time, or you're gonna attract others that's gonna be coming up with new ways of adapting from you or with you during this time. Now, if you have the seeds you plant, you're gonna be now when the moon get into Sagittarius, it's exalted there. Now, you're gonna manifest situations and experiences of the 8th house, which means your desires and things that you are trying to gain, or things that you are trying to gain power and control over, will expand on the highest level if you plant the right seeds during that time. That's your 7th house. That's gonna kind of like oppose your desires, your intent, your will. That's gonna oppose you during this time. Now, if you plant the right seeds, you're gonna manifest the right desires, the right deep motivations, the right deep structures in that house too. And these things are gonna expand. Your desires will expand on the highest level. Now, if you plant bad seeds, your shit's gonna expand, but with the worst seeds of your life. Now, 3rd house, if you got Gemini in the 3rd house, your Aries ascendant. So that means you got Jupiter in Aries, you got Mars in Aries, and you got Chiron in Aries. So you're also gonna be coming up with new ways of reacting, responding towards expanding your environment, your surroundings, your friends, putting passion, new motivation, passion, and energy towards your environment, your surroundings, and your friends. Or you're going to be attracting these circumstances and situations when it comes to looking at the bigger picture. Now, you need to be coming up with a new way of developing your environment, a new way of communicating with your environment, a new way of thinking and communicating about the logical perspectives when it comes to your 360 and your angular system. Now, you're going to have a conjunction, which means you're going to have all the power in your hands. Being that by default, this house is your conjunction sign, but you're also you're gonna have new opportunities that's gonna come to you, or these gonna be new opportunities that you're gonna be pushing out towards this new moon in Gemini. Now, you're gonna be fulfilled when it comes to your 9th house, your spiritual systems, and your expansion and your growth towards looking at the bigger picture of things if you plant the right seeds. Now, if you plant bad seeds, you're going to still go through experiences, but with the wrong experiences, with people, places, and things, wrong time type shit. Now, if you got Gemini in your 4th house, you're going to be placed into a circumstance, a situation of going through a learning aspect during this time, because you're a Pisces ascendant. Now, Pisces is always in conflict and always learning aspects when it comes to Geminis. So that means you are going to be placed into a situation of going through misunderstandings and learning experiences, but you can also overexhaust yourself and overindulge towards the 4th house when it comes to your home, your family, your privacies. And also you got Neptune in Pisces. You can go through some forms of illusions, new illusions during this time too, which can work in your favor, can get you up off your ass. Now, also in this house right here, you're going to be placed into a circumstance, a situation of coming up with a new way of planting seeds towards a home, a private endeavor, private home, private family, private security, and safety. And also, you're also going to be placed into a situation of going through some expansion, because Jupiter and Neptune is exalted here. Scorpio Fool's here. So you may have to, you may go through some ups and downs on this time when it comes to misunderstanding. You're going to be manifesting sensitivity of your home, your family, or new ways of dealing with home and family during this time too. Now, what's going to, now when it comes to your 10th house, your status, your career, and what you're known for, these things will expand in good ways or bad ways, depending on the seed you planted and depending on all the time and energy that you've been focusing on towards these new aspects. So be aware of what you're directing and putting your energy towards during this time. Now, when it comes to your when it comes to Gemini in the 5th house, you are Aquarius ascendant. So that means you have Saturn in Aquarius at this time. So that means you need to go ahead and take care of your responsibilities of planting new seeds towards your creativity, your talents, your gifts, because you got Gemini in your 5th house. And you need to go ahead and start taking care of your responsibilities when it comes to planting seeds in these areas. Because Saturn's on your ass right now. Aquarius, sun, moon, and Saturn's on your ass right now. Now you need to come up with new ways of setting boundaries, limitations, and restrictions when it comes to your creativity and talents. This way, you'll be in the right space to plant the right seeds. Now you're gonna have opportunities. You're gonna have a gift, because the gift is gonna be from Gemini, which is your sign. Now you're gonna have opportunities, being that you're Aquarius ascendant, which is opportunities when it comes to your personality. Now you're gonna have new opportunities to plant seeds towards your creativity, your talents, or communicate about your creativities, your talents, and gifts, and express your mind during the time. Now, what's gonna oppose you and throw you off is the public, people in the public, the unknown people in the public, or associations. Past, this can be associations from the past, or past people, places, and things that you dealt with. And these things are going to throw you off for these people. It's going to create obstacles. But you're going to expand your associations, your acquaintances, and your uniqueness and originality in your 11th house when the full moon gets in Sagittarius. That's where you got it there. So you're going to have all the hope, faith, and luck when it comes to your 11th house, if you plant good seeds. Now, if you plant bad seeds, you're going to have all the bad faith and luck during this time. Now, 6th house. Now, if you have Gemini in the 6th house, you're a Capricorn ascendant. So that means you have Pluto in Capricorn at the moment. So that means you need to come up with a new way of taking power, control over your home, over your work, your routine, your health during this time. Now, you're going to be manifesting a learning experience. So you need to learn how to take power, control over your work, health, and routine. Also, you're going to be going through some conflicts in that area. Now, you're going to also be manifesting misunderstandings, misunderstanding ways of going about taking power, control over your work, health, and routine, and coming up with new ways of thinking and communicating and adapting towards the logical perspectives of your work, health, and routine. Just because they're in conjunction with Gemini and the square aspect when it comes to your personality and personal ascendant. Now, you're going to manifest this in your life, or you're going to be pushing out these energies. Now, what's going to basically help you is, getting on your 1-2. Now, what's going to help you during this time is you're going to experience your dreams, imaginations, and fantasies coming true when it comes to the full moon in Sagittarius. Now, good seeds are bad. Now, if you're planting bad seeds, that means you're going to have some badass dreams. And your dreams are going to be about you. It's not going to be, if you may have a dream about somebody else, but the dream is going to be about you. That's the energy that you're rotating in. Good or bad. Now, 7th house. Now, if you have the 7th house in Gemini, this means you are a Sagittarius ascendant. So that means you need to come up with that means you are on a polar opposite. You're going to have obstacles, but you're going to have gifts. Gifts to use those obstacles to get you from point A to point B. When it comes to planting new seeds towards communications, your relationships, and the way you relate towards others and other people, places, and things. Now, if you plant the right seeds, you're going to be placed into a situation of attracting. You're going to be placed into a situation when it comes to your personal life, your personal 360, which means from your 1st house to your 12th house, your personal 360 will go to the right opposition, the right conjunction on this time when you plant the right seeds, if you stay on your 1 and 2. 8th house. If you have Gemini 8th house, you are a Scorpio ascendant. So, Scorpio's ascendants. Now, when it comes to your 8th, when it comes to this 8th house position right here, you're going to be placed into a situation of past deep desires and past deep communications that you have interests with. These could be past skeletons that's coming up when it comes to your deep desires and it comes to things that you was in the dark about. These things will be reappearing, being that the South Node is in Scorpio during this time. Also, in this house right here, you're going to be manifesting misunderstandings from your personality. And you'll be manifesting misunderstandings when it comes to the moon and Gemini during this time. So that means you're going to be dealing with 2 in conjunction during this time, which you're going to be all over the place when it comes to your deeper way of thinking and communicating about your desires and things in the dark. Now, you need to clear out your space. And also you need to start adding the right energies on ways of thinking deeply, or thinking deeply when it comes to taking power, control over your privacies, aka stay down till you come up during this time. That's what you need to basically do. Don't tell everybody your business. Whatever you're doing behind the scenes, whether it's with a person, you need to be deep, private. Keep certain things hidden during this time. Stay down till you come up, because when you stay down till you come up, you're going to be manifesting higher experiences and higher expansions when it comes to your 2nd house, the things you value, your material, your resources, money, safety, security. You're going to experience a good, you're gonna experience a good faith and good luck in that area when it comes to the full moon and Sagittarius in your second house. If you plant the right seeds and stay down till you come up during this time. Don't tell everybody your next move. Keep secrets hidden during this time. Keep the blindfold on during this time. Don't take that blindfold over till the full moon get here. Now, when it comes to Gemini and the ninth house. Now, in this house, by default, you are gonna be placed into a situation of developing oppositions, opposing energies, but you're also gonna have a gift here too. Now, oppositions and squares is actually good when it comes to these energies, because this is gonna basically help you, and it's gonna make you learn a lot about things. Now, you're gonna have a whole lot of obstacles when it comes to your experiences during this time. With this new moon in Gemini, you're gonna go through a lot of obstacles. You're gonna be pushing out obstacles when it comes to your experiences, or manifesting a whole lot of obstacles when it comes to your experiences, when it comes to your beliefs, your experiences, your hopes, and your faith. Now, you need to take that opposition. You need to add those gifts towards there, because Gemini will bring you gifts. You're a Libra ascendant. Gemini will give you gifts. So you need to take those gifts and blend it in with the good. So you need to come up with a new way of communicating, analyzing, and interacting when it comes to your beliefs, your experiences, your growths, and things that you're trying to build and grow on. Feel me? Now, you're going to be in a situation of manifesting the right people, places, and things when it comes to your environment, when it comes to the full moon and Sagittarius, which means you're also going to be manifesting the opposition, obstacles too. Now, these obstacles could be good obstacles too when it comes to the full moon, because you're already by default or in the descendant sign. So make sure you're in the right space and location when it comes to the full moon. For me, look at every obstacle as like, oh shit, the reason why this happened is because that was supposed to manifest. That was supposed to, like, you gotta just learn how to play with energies, being that you're always on the polar opposite every goddamn day. It's like a full moon for you every day, basically. Now, if you have Gemini in your 10th house, now this is a Virgo ascendant. So if you have Gemini in your 10th house, your status, what you're known for, and reality-based structure, you're going to be placed into a circumstance situation of going through squares, learning aspects with Gemini, and opposition. And you're going to be going through some misunderstandings during this time, which you're going to be learning about your misunderstandings. Feel me? You need to learn from all these misunderstandings that you're going through during this time. You need to start planting the right seeds when it comes to your status, your career, and of course your goals, and communicating about. Make sure you're having a realistic, logical way of communicating about your status, your career, your goals, and come out and learn how to adapt during this time. Feel me? That's what you need to be. This is what you need to be doing. Now, you're gonna manifest the right home, the right family, the right privacy, and of course the right supporting system when it comes to your home and family. If you plant the right seeds when it comes to the full moon and Sagittarius. Now, if you have Gemini in your 11th house, you're a Leo ascendant. So you're going to have the gift, and you're going to have opportunities to plant the right seeds when it comes to a new way of communicating, interacting, and of course socializing yourself when it comes to your groups, associations, your networking, and of course dealing with your friends and people of that matter. Now, you're a fixed sign, so that means you can be very fixated in your own ways of feeling and seeing about your expressions and of course your creativities and talents. But Gemini wants you to adapt that creativity and talents, and of course be able to apply that with a group, apply that with an association. For me, you need to get very creative in these areas and start planting the right seeds. This way you'll be in the right space and location when you manifest a full moon in Sagittarius in your 5th house, which means your hobbies and shit you're gonna manifest the most perfect hobbies on this time if you plant the right seeds and shit. And last but not least, if you got Gemini in your 12th house, you're gonna be going through a learning process, and also you can be going through some misunderstandings. That means you're gonna be learning about your misunderstandings, and you're gonna be learning how to communicate with your misunderstandings, and you'll be learning how to communicate with your subconscious, things that you keep hidden. You may basically hide a lot during this time, but what's going to basically help you out during this perspective, which is going to be your obstacles, which is your 6th house in Sagittarius, it means you're going to be learning about your work health routine during this time. Now, if you could basically correlate your 12th house and your 6th house and blend these things up, you'll have the right fulfillment when it comes to that house and when it comes to the full moon in Sagittarius. But during this time, you need to be planting new seeds towards thinking and communicating about your dreams, your imaginations, your fantasies, aka you need to stay behind closed doors. That's pretty much what it means. Now, stay down till you come up too during the sun. It's a learning aspect, so you need to learn thyself during the sun. So you'll be at in that perspective. That's gonna be the new moon at Gemini for all zodiac signs. Make sure you plant the right seeds, and make sure you guys take full advantage of these energies. And we're gonna have what, 2 weeks, and yeah, we're gonna start getting real serious on this when it comes to these energies. So yeah, good luck. Stay focused, stay safe, and of course stay out of the way during this time. Real shit.